What's up, everybody? On the last episode of Roll Initiative, our friends got out of the court system and back out into their freedoms. They met up all at Remy's, other than Facade. Facade is making his way
downtown
to somewheres where we'll find on this episode. Zolver met his lady friend. Didn't turn out so good, but that's okay. Because normally relationships, sometimes they work out, sometimes they don't. Drago and Jables are having a good time at the bar. And we are going to pick back up at Remy's pub. And at this point in time, he's kind of directing people out. He's like, all right, and thank you guys, and thank you guys for coming tonight. Thank you. And at this point, like, the bar's kind of quieting down.
What time were we supposed to meet those people?
I don't know. What time is it, Remy?
It's about sundown.
Oh. It's about that time.
We should go.
Yep. Hey, Z, we're going back to the guild. You want to come with us? Or you want to hang out with Pops?
guild.
All right, let's go.
I'm a man.
As you're about to walk out, Remy grabs you by the shoulder and says, "Son, I know I was part of the Adventure Guild, and I'm pretty good with objects and swords and things. I really need to start training you in how to handle your relationships. So let's not do that again, and we won't have complete, utter failure. And I felt bad for you. All right, have a good night."
What?
And he goes back to start sweeping or whatever. Okay, so now you guys are all leaving out into the...
I'm just going to head toward the guild.
Yep.
Okay. Let me get to...
While singing.
Okay, so at this point, as we're gonna go to Facade. Facade, as you're walking away from the group, you kind of are you're kind of having this clean form happening around you. What would you like to do?
Trying to
Not to interrupt you. We're picking up with Facade when Facade was leaving the group right after the court in the last episode, in the daytime.
So I'm trying to get my story straight for Diego, because I'm running late to him.
Okay.
So, like, when I go to meet him, I'm going to have to explain why I'm so far behind when we were summoned. Kind of thing. So I'm just like going all over my head, like, this happened, in chronological order. And that's all I'm doing. I'm just going real pastely. Yeah, pastely.
Hastily?
Pastely, yeah.
Haste.
Okay.
Haste.
Moments have passed. You have these thoughts pacing through your head.
Haste.
And you arrive at Diego's place. And now you're there standing in front of the door, and you have yet to go in.
Okay. Do my signature knock. I can't knock, but
Okay.
yeah, I'm gonna do my normal knock.
Yes. Who's there?
Facade?
Facade. Oh. Opens the door. Come on in.
You needed me?
Yes, Marcus did. Marcus is actually preparing a way for you guys, you and Dr. Magnus, a way out of the city. I heard that they are locking it down. So he's taking him to one of the secret tunnels that takes you to District 7.
And we'll pull the little paper or a card, I forgot what it was, that the guards handed out. Saying that it was like, they were handing out things, and when they told us about the gates being locked down, I was showing like, yeah, you're talking about this, right?
Yep. And he pulls out the same paper. We got one too.
Okay.
Yep.
So Is there any reason that I'm getting escorted out of the town?
Not being escorted, just a way out of the city.
Is it just going to be us two?
Like
Like me and Magnus, or is it...
That depends. If you bring in more with you, or if it's just you two. But Dr. Magnus is a very potential powerful ally that we could use and utilize.
Really? Because he's kind of annoying.
He definitely has made that case, but it's all a ruse.
Guess I really never cared to learn that from him.
His words were, sometimes they overlook the fool.
Yeah, that's true, because I really don't care. Then again, I had no reason to care. But how is he on the other side? He said it's a ruse, so, like, if he's not the fool, what actually is he?
Well, are you familiar with,
Just so I know who I'm working with, as you know.
He's a doctor, and he apparently has knowledge or has the ability to create. Are you familiar with the practices of artificers?
Not at all.
They are very intelligent beings that can create and craft things. In his case, he has crafted, which you might be familiar with, phase.
So he's a drug dealer.
As some people with some animosity would say, drug dealer, but we would like to look at him as opportunist or an opportunist.
For what? For the drug dealer? Are you gonna try to sell drugs now?
No, we're not gonna descend that low with our family.
I had to say, I was like, wouldn't that ruin the family image?
Yeah, that would. We are going to Marcus's idea. This isn't mine.
Okay.
Weaponize it.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. Magnus had an idea to. Sorry, forgive me. You did talk to Pops, right? About the what we're going to be doing in.
Yeah, part of my plan. He said to talk to you about something. I stopped caring about what he talked about because
he does
was
speaking back and forth with us.
Well,
yeah.
no, when you're not around or Marcus isn't around, me and him don't get along,
Okay.
and so I kind of just ignored him.
Forgive me. That is our fault. I should have went with you.
You're good. I mean, it's just.
I thought he would be a little bit more open because you've been with us for, I don't know, since you were born.
Yeah, he might have, but I just, like I said, I stopped caring.
So.
But it is interesting that he looks at me like I'm different.
Yeah. Roll an insight check on Diego.
Okay.
Because you kind of see.
Insight?
Yep.
25.
You know that as when Diego said, we've had you since birth. That kind of threw up a little alarm.
Like he was weird about it when he said it?
Well, a little weird because, yes, the family kind of facilitated your growth, but you weren't necessarily born.
I just...
Because you've had understanding of prior family.
It's like a trigger kind of thing?
Yeah.
Because like I said, my memory wouldn't have...
Right. It was more like a...
It's like, that doesn't sound right.
Yeah, and then, but you also notice kind of like he's like, oh, let's change of talk.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
you're with it.
yeah.
Okay, so I help. Okay. Actually, is there something that I should know about me, like why he treated me differently? I mean, sorry if you don't want to touch that subject, but like when you said it earlier that, I mean, I have been around for a long time, and he just looked at me like I'm weird.
You know how people can get when, because he's not part of the family and you are kind of like one of those.
So you're saying he's
hierarchy.
jealous?
Yes, we can say that. And you get the impression like he's just trying to.
Change it, like cover
Yeah.
it. Okay. I'm gonna stick that in, tying it to the last time he said something weird to me.
Yeah.
So is this all the real issue of bringing me here? Like you're just saying that we're gonna leave the city?
Well, Marcus is preparing a way to District 7, which obviously is outside of the city skirts and the slums,
Yeah.
outside of the city walls. And then from there, you guys are going to make your way towards the shipment that our dear friend Xantha needs. But it's going to be one of those, you guys didn't find it.
So how is that gonna affect me now? Because I have a job with her that we needed
Oh, we'll give you some shipment.
that matches her description. Because like there are certain things on there like that she needs, and there's kind of some lives at stake. And it would
Well,
be
Magnus
really,
didn't speak of that.
yeah, it's kind of interesting.
We do business with Xantha, but we don't really affiliate with Xantha, if that makes sense.
I had to accept this deal to save. You remember that little lizard boy I brought by?
Yeah,
C, right?
the one that
Yeah.
was
So
very awkward.
Remy, you know Remy from the bar.
Yes.
That he owns her down there.
Mhm.
Remember he got into some trouble with Santa, and they beat him up and stuff and took him, and then we had to negotiate getting this shipment for him and the debt. So you see, it's kind of tricky. If I don't return with it, he's most likely dead already in this sense, and then also we could be attacked. And she has a lot of associates, as you know, and probably our business would be ruined through her.
I've got it, Vasad. You guys can't leave the city.
So we can't get it.
You can't get it.
So that we don't travel yet, right?
To her. But to us,
So
yes.
So how are we gonna play off that we're still here if she comes looking for us? Because
If she
it's-
comes looking, obviously I supersede her wishes. I will explain to her that I needed you to do some things for the family
okay.
that are secretive.
And then could you just pass it on to the family and make sure that Remy would be safe then? Because
Yeah,
as I said,
we could.
I don't want to ruin that boy. I'm trying to raise him right in the sense of like learning how to adventure properly. That's what he wants. I see him like myself whenever I was younger. I mean, you might know more, but I remember I was very eager to learn things. And that's what he is. I figured he'd be good with proper care.
Do you know? No. Okay.
What?
That's nothing. A different time. I'll pass along the word to Xantha that you are going to keep your word and that you are doing something for us first. And we will formulate some kind of plan to mask the shipment and do the best to pass it off.
Okay.
Worst comes to worst. Unfortunately, innocent lives. I mean, we can't. That's a little. We're above that. Black Hand family, you know that.
Yeah, I'm picking up that he I don't think it's not a priority to him.
It's in the sense of not a priority to
The job.
like he's gonna stick his neck out there for you, but if push comes to shove, if Xantha's gonna do something, he's gonna just stay out of it. We don't want the guards on us, you know. So I mean, I'll do what I can. So
Okay.
Maybe my word will be enough. We don't want a family warfare.
Is that the last? That's the only thing you really needed from me?
Well, you're actually going to be escorting Isabella out of the city because she needs to get back to Sophia and Arantha.
Yeah. So she's still here.
Yeah, she's actually getting ready right now.
Oh. Okay. Well, this is also gonna make things interesting because the fact of the Guardians of Arcana want to meet with us tonight.
What do they want?
So reason why I'm late. Fun fact. Glad you asked. Is I had to represent one of my friends in the Adventure Guild.
So you put on a lawyer front?
Yeah.
Interesting. Interesting, lad.
We won. For information.
Maybe you should be a lawyer.
Maybe.
Maybe
Probably
this
not.
whole criminal executioner feel isn't maybe your thing. Maybe it's
yeah.
the lawyer stuff.
Maybe. But maybe in due time. Retirement.
Yeah.
I guess. I don't know.
Speaking of retirement, already soon, Vasad.
This is a play on words. I don't think I'll ever retire.
Now, you've been speaking to Isabella again, haven't you?
No.
Yeah, you guys don't go well together.
I don't
She's always wanting to run off with you, and
Her? Come on.
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think it's going to work. So,
But, as he's saying, like, her name and stuff, and, like, I'm trying to look around, like, kind of do a little slide.
yeah, he's trying to like downgrade your guys' relationship. Like it's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
it's just business. She'll just use you.
Let's go on. But anyways, the Guardians of Arcana want to meet with my client.
What time? Tonight?
Yeah. So that might make things a little hectic.
Well, you don't have to leave right now. The tunnel is going to be open for passage
Anytime.
anytime.
Oh, I thought we had to leave. Hence why she was getting ready so fast.
Well, she's getting ready because she does need to get back, and we have to get her down to Arantha.
Yeah, so she might leave early, I guess, right?
But you and Dr. Magnus are going to escort her back because Dr. Magnus is from Arantha, and Sophia's from Arantha. So
okay, so then... Okay. Wait, do they know each other?
who? Sophia?
Magnus and Sophia.
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay, maybe I should ask them that.
It's the city in the clouds.
Yeah, I've never been there. Do I get to go?
That's why we're having you escort her.
Oh, so I do get to go. That's cool.
And who
Sorry,
else
this
you want to
is- This is a
bring?
lot of information.
Yes,
for me
I know.
to take in.
I know it's so fast, but Dr. Magnus needs some materials from his lab in Arantha.
Oh, am I gonna get any like extra expense cover budget for this? Because it's a big trip, I guess.
How much do you have on you now?
I have. I'm trying to check my pockets. About 500 gold on me.
I'll talk to Marcus and maybe you can forward it up to Raphael. And then after Raphael, we'll forward it up to the boss
To see if I could just get some like
and just give you some
budget for this job.
budget for this
'cause,
job. Yeah.
I was gonna use my money for the guild to get it started up.
Oh, you're part of the guild now too, so you should be receiving reprimands here in about however their pay periods, which is like I think once a month, I believe.
Yeah, that's what they said. And so, I mean, I probably won't receive it today because we got it yesterday. But so it'd be nice to come back and have something because I'm going to use that for again representing the building because I don't know if you've ever been to that building recently, but it's kind of crapshoot.
I haven't been in.
Yeah, it's rough. So I'm trying to make it nice for one because if a circle like me is going to be there, I have to make it look nice.
Yeah, that's true. So to go over some quick details with you, and then one, we're gonna need to get to that shipment, locate it, and we're gonna need you to bring back the crate labeled 1A.
1A. And how many crates is there so I know?
There's several.
Okay.
Apparently, we don't know whether they've been already broken
Is it a
into.
big crate, small crate?
It's a kind of a medium crate.
Okay, so big enough for me to.
Yeah, it's an entire caravan that's been kind of ambushed,
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and it's in the north
Lake
Kings
Road.
Road.
No, it's in the bandit camp. That's right.
It's toward the north. When you get to the King's Court, you're going to go straight into the mountains,
Okay.
and it's along the road somewhere. from our information.
Cool. Well,
And then when you've gotten that done, you're going to return back through the tunnel.
Back
After
into the
that,
city.
you're going to head to Arantham.
yeah. So then, like I said, then afterwards we go back to here.
Yes.
Right. Okay, cool. Can I, I was gonna ask him, but like in mid-sentence, like, oh, never mind. Isabella, if you fancy some company later before we leave this town, you know where to find me. And I'm just gonna look at Diego with this little smirk and just kind of walk out the door by myself.
As you said that aloud, I said, lad, she's in the cellar. In the secret room.
Dang.
You know, where the tunnel connects to the other.
I'm just, can I do something before I leave then? Like as he says that, as I'm like walking out, I'm gonna try to leave like a little mark that I was there
Okay.
for her. I don't know if you need to slide a hand for that, but I'm
Go
trying
ahead.
to make
Make a
it quick
sleight
to
of
where
hand
he, like if he notices it or anything.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, that's not it. No, he's gonna notice.
On that note, we're gonna head back over to. And at this point, it's already now becoming dark.
He noticed. I fumbled it up. I stubbed my toe on the way out.
Okay, you guys are now making your way
Downtown.
through the city, and you guys have arrived, or you're moments away from arriving to the guild. If you guys want to roleplay for a sec.
Oh boy, I sure do love almost arriving to the guild.
It's almost as nice as being at the guild.
Yeah. Almost there.
Just a few more paces.
Okay, you guys have arrived.
Ah, yes. The guild.
Ah, yes, we should go inside and await
Let's
our
enter.
guests.
Enter the guild.
Oh wait,
dust.
hey, you guys, it's
Oh,
us.
they're here.
Yeah, we've
What's
been
up?
waiting. We've been waiting for you for like
Sorry.
10 minutes.
We had a couple drinks.
Long journey from the pub.
Yeah, and they kind of shut. Oh yeah, okay, and they keep shushing the lizard. Draco, let's get to business.
My attorney's not here though.
This isn't a judicial order. This is
I'll be your attorney. I'm
The
really
lizard's the attorney.
great. Then come on in. All right.
The lizard can sit in, but she is not my attorney. He is not my attorney.
I'll be the
I
attorney.
am your.
I will
listen.
represent myself.
No,
in this
no,
matter.
no. I'll represent you. I'm your attorney.
More like a turdy.
Boom.
Boom.
I don't get it.
Let's go inside.
Okay.
Okay.
I unlocked
You guys, we all go inside. Okay,
You guys want to go outside?
Drago, from the beginning, how did you get here? It's okay. We're like, this is nothing to do with the judicial. This is Guardians of Arcana matter at this point.
Do you want me
Before anything is exchanged, I need to have your word that no matter what is said or comes out of this, that I will be safe.
They're looking back and forth. Yeah, I mean, we're not here to harm you. Yeah, we're wanting to, Mr. Drago. We're trying to figure out if our theory of the multiverse is correct.
And can you explain your theory a little bit to me?
Okay,
So
well,
I
the
understand what
theory
I'm
of
getting
the,
myself into.
our theory of the multiverse is not as complicated. Imagine a straight line,
Mm-hmm.
and imagine that straight line that sometimes there's skips, but you reside on that same line, and you blip to another piece of existence on that same time. So you would have all your memories of the past, but you're in the future. Does that make sense, Mr. Drago?
I think I'm sticking with you.
He pulls out this little book. He's like, blows off dust, and he goes, there's an ancient writing that happened in Eros. This is all we have, and it's just ancient Elvish, transcribed from a woman appears. that her son vanished. But that's all we know of this thing. And
Do you mind if I take a look at that?
yeah, absolutely. And you immediately recognize it was your mother's journal.
You're going to see a tiny little tear start to come out.
Okay.
Where did you get this?
As one of the what can I tap? What was his name? I believe the guy who owns the airships, or used to. Yeah, his daughter now owns the airships. His name's Robbie. He was excavating it as his daughter was headed to Hale Islands. They were leaving, and the whole story is all on their wall and in a Rantham at the Skyhook. You can't miss. I mean, he's dead now, but you can't miss him. He apparently passed away, and his daughter now runs his legacy.
How does that make any sense? The blip in the timeline.
Well.
Do you have any evidence?
Science.
There was one other case that has happened also, very similar. But when he came through, apparently he evaporated. And the same energy surge happened just like you. Except that city, well, without feeling up lore and time, is beneath this city. It's Stormport.
So you're saying that somebody is here from the past.
Mr. Drago, I don't think you understand. They're no longer here.
The other person.
The other, we do
You said
not.
there
We
was
don't
two
know. We
instances.
don't know. Yes, there's 2 instances. Well, technically 3, Mr. Drago. The one instance is they came here and disintegrated. The other one left into the exact same anomaly, and we don't know where they went. That form of magic is beyond anything that we've ever scanned, investigated, anything. So, our question for you is, how did you get here? And
I'm
how
not
did you
sure.
survive?
I was there, and then I wasn't. And then I was here.
Are you familiar with the name Jiren?
I'm not.
Okay. He was the one that disappeared. He was actually a guardian of the Arcana with us. And he kept a secret with us for a long time. But we haven't seen him since.
Was he trying to go back in time?
Yes.
And
He was trying to
you
get
think
back
that
to where he was from.
And you think he figured out how?
We're unsure.
What was his theories about it?
That traveling on the same timeline, the timeline is continuous and as if time has already been placed. The events that unfold from here and now are already recorded in time.
Was he using an object, or was he using magic? Or did he find a door?
We don't know. He eluded us on that.
And what was his name?
Jiren.
And he was a guardian of Arcana.
Yes. You didn't have any. And the one of them. Let me. And this is more of a Dragonborn now. Mr. Drago, let me just be honest with you. You don't know how you got here at all. You didn't have any jewels, you didn't have any armor, you didn't have any swords, you didn't have anything on you that would facilitate that kind of transmutation.
And then I'm going to reach into my pocket, and I think I have 3 of them, and pull out the shards that I've got.
What are these, Mr. Drago?
My theory of how I got here.
And can you explain these, please? And you guys are sitting in front of all this, like, what in the world are they talking about? Yeah. Like we're talking like astrophysics and quantum physics to you.
I'm still stuck on the thing of the city being under this city.
Okay. You guys can chime in too, and also too, you remember when magic was used, these things popped into existence. So if you want to, like, you can also incorporate those. You can parge into the roleplay too, because they just mentioned the city, and then you're like, wait a second, that city, yeah. So what
When
are
I
these?
woke up, I was holding one of these.
Do you mind if we see one of them or them?
Can I vibe check him?
Yeah. You roll an insight check.
Do I trust him?
I don't know. Roll an insight check.
I hope my insight is good. I got a 12.
Yeah, you think he's honest. You don't think he's being sneaky. And it's
I'm
a
gonna hand him
dragonborn.
one.
Okay.
Wait, what color dragonborn?
He is a silver. He's a silver dragon.
I don't remember if I.
Yeah, you're metallic.
So I'm friendly.
Yeah.
Okay. Then, yeah.
So he goes, this is interesting. I've never seen this before. Do you mind if I take this with me,
No.
Mr. Drago?
I'm taking it back from him. I've spent a long time searching for these.
Maybe the library in Foxclaw could be of some assistance for you.
Don't I remember you needing to go to the library?
Would this library also happen to have the necromancy books?
Libraries all over. We're the Guardians of Arcana. We have all kinds of knowledge on necromancy.
And this city under the city?
You didn't hear me say that, did you?
Just a little.
Yes, there is a city beneath the city. And there is a market there that's above it. They act like they don't know it exists, that we don't know where it is, but we're Guardians of Arcana. We kind of know these things.
Yeah, everybody knows where it is.
Yeah. Besides the Eldarian guards, they're told to keep out of there for their lives.
That'll do it.
Yeah. So yeah, there is a city beneath the market. No one knows where the passages are.
Guess we'll just have to make one.
It is flooded,
Guess I'll
from
just
what
have
our
to-
knowledge, our research is.
I
Did-
wonder.
I already forgot that guy's name. What was that guy's name? The one that tried to teleport back. Start with the J. Jillian?
Jiren.
Jiren? Did Jiren have any notes or any? Did he have a workspace? Did he have
He-
sketches on a wall?
Mr. Dago, I think just out of protection for our sanctuary of the Guardians, we can't really tell you where our main sanctuary is in Midrest.
But I think we can work together on this.
I absolutely agree, Mr. Drago. I think we could work together. Getting you back home, if you're not from here, is important. I'm sure you miss maybe your family, if this is the case. It also opens up opportunities for us to stop the war that happened thousands of years ago.
I was in agreement with you until you said that. We can't change the past.
That is, we don't know if we can't change it. That's something that we want to explore and to see if altering the past will create a different stamp.
Maybe that's why your friend blew up.
Well, we didn't know the one that disintegrated.
Maybe that's why the other one disappeared. Time police. Time guard.
You see the one dragonborn. How long did it take you to think of that?
About a millisecond.
This one's smart. He
Very.
is smart. Time police. We didn't think of this one. He could have actually worked in a higher order.
Think about it, because if there's a way to travel through time, then there must be an order protecting
Jables,
said
you're giving
time.
away my secret.
Secret.
Are you part of the higher order? There's no. This is absurd.
This must stay between us.
Roll a deception or persuasion check. Lizard boy, make us some food, please. Thank you.
I'll fetch us some food.
Thank you.
Yes. Would you like chicken? It's been in my bag for months.
You know what's funny is I actually eat raw chicken, so yes. This is a
okay.
dragonborn talking to
Okay,
you.
so I'm gonna reach in my bag and I'm gonna get him some chicken. I'm gonna say, I'm gonna hand it to him. I'm gonna say, does this mean that like we're friends now?
He opens up his mouth and you can see him just like singe it,
He like
cooks it. So
Roll to 12.
Are we friends? Because I gave you chicken.
no. Sorry.
Best friends.
Politically, no. Anyway,
What? But you're like a lizard type situation, and I also am a
I am
lizard.
nothing of a lizard.
Well, I mean, I said.
Anyways,
I said type situation.
type situations, yes.
Okay. Yes.
Do you have any water?
Do you think we
Actually,
should
yes,
try
I
for
do.
real
Like
life
on you?
purposes?
Yeah. Well, not. I'm not like it's not. I'm not wet, but I have water. if
He
that's
holds up
correct.
his hand, and all of you see this purple orb start going around you. He goes, and he kind of like pushes you back just a little bit. What's your AC? You're not going to take damage, but what's your AC?
How much HP do you have? How much?
It is 15.
Okay.
4D6.
I rolled a 19. So
No, you
this orb,
No, you didn't.
you can look right here.
I'm just.
Oh.
I'm just kidding.
Liar.
This orb, like you feel peaceful, but then you also feel constrained.
Okay.
And he kind of just pushes you away, and he
Okay.
says, it's not that I don't trust the lizard boy. And then now you're like being pushed all the way back to one of the like beds.
And I'm just.
This
gonna
is
tell
this is a matter of
A higher order.
a higher order.
Can you put me in the bed and put me to sleep?
So he puts you in the bed, and then he just lets go of the sphere, and you
Tucks you
plop in the bed.
Now can I go to bed?
Sure.
I'm serious. I'm so tired. I'm like falling asleep over.
What's your AC?
My AC is.
Probably real low.
Let me get off Instagram real quick. My AC is. 1 second. Having a hard time finding it.
It's up top, very top. 13.
13.
13. You immediately see the same orb. Boop. And he raises his hand up, and now you like levitate off the ground. He said, "No offense." And he pulls you like this over to a different bed. Doesn't care where. And he says, "Can we work together?"
I am trying to.
Mr. Drago, and at this point he kind of lowers you down into a bed, but the orb is still around you.
I'm stuck.
For your protection, I think it would be good if you stayed with us.
In your sanctuary.
No. You will be here in our tower, in our clock tower.
I think people might start to get suspicious.
We'll tell them that we took you with us. that you were just investigating this anomaly. Look, and he goes, bloop, and you raise up out of the bed, and he draws you a little bit closer. He says, is it okay if we take your friend Drago? Cool.
No.
And he pushes you back. So what's it going to be? We're not going to hold you against your will. We're all lawfully good. We're not of any evil. We cannot be.
Do you have a thing called a what are those things called? Talk from place to place. A warping stone, I think. But I think we got rid of those. No, I'm asking him if he has any. What's it called? Ascending stone? No, that's not
A
it.
warping stone.
No.
A teleporter. Fast travel point.
Yeah.
Sending stone.
Do you have any sending stones?
Mr. Drago, I do have a sending stone, yes.
Okay, I'll take it.
Okay.
I'm just gonna put it in my pocket.
Oh. Okay.
Okay, so here's what we're gonna do.
And now he just lets go of the orb. Bloop. And you...
I'm gonna keep the book. Or what was it? Journal book.
It was a journal. No, Mr. Drago, that's not how that works.
This is property of my mother's. I'm keeping it.
There's no proof of that, and this has been in our findings, and this is, and he grabs that. This is,
And I'm not letting go of it.
Mr. Drago. I would let go of it. This is ours. We found it.
I will give you one sliver of the stone, but I'm keeping the book.
And then the Dragonborn. That's a good trade. give me the sliver.
And I'm gonna cast minor illusion of a sliver, and I'm gonna put it in his hand.
And you see all their necklaces glowing. He goes, "You can't do these tricks."
I forgot that was the thing. Then I'm just gonna hand him a real one.
Okay. We're not going to do anything to it. We're going to study it. We might be able to help locate more.
I'm gonna need to know what you learn about it,
Yes.
and I'm gonna take out something from my bag that I can, like, I don't know, a piece of clothing. I'm gonna take out a piece of clothing from my bag, and I'm gonna take out my dagger. I'm gonna poke my finger with it and put it on the piece of clothing. And I'm gonna ask for your hand.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna poke him in the hand and then put the little blood on there. I learned that trick from my buddy pal. So this is now a binding contract.
I accidentally closed the. Okay. Oh, okay. That's. Interesting.
You will now tell me whatever you learn about the stone.
Sure. You have a sending stone of mine. I'll send it. I'll send you word.
And I'm gonna put it back in there.
All right. Any other questions for Mr. Drago? None. Okay. Well, we will be.
Was it a book or a journal?
It's just like it's like a hardcover that's been like deteriorating, and there's like an Elvis symbol, and then there's one page. That's like
it's just one page.
That's bound to the
unfortunate.
bound to the book. That's it.
I have a question for you fellas before you leave.
And like they're already almost out the door. Like,
Just real quick.
yes.
This might pique your interest.
what's that?
So you say necromancy's a dead art.
It's an abolished art. Yes.
How long has it been?
For quite some time now.
I wasn't on that boat for very long. How long has it been?
We would have to look at our records. How
Do you guys know much about necromancy?
we have schools.
Is it possible for a construct to get their soul back?
What is your name?
Jables Schmables.
Jables, why are you so interested about necromancy and souls and things?
I've been stuck like this for a long time, and I want to just get rid of my illusion.
Oh, interesting.
Would he have ever made it back for any of that?
At this point, that's what I was about to bring him in. At this point, you do see the Guardians now, like, stepping out of the door as you're arriving.
I thought we were all going to meet together. Why are you guys here all of a sudden?
We thought.
Why? Have you been talking to my client here without me here?
Oh, this wasn't a judicial order. This
But
was
we
a guardian's
agreed
order.
earlier. I'm pretty sure, and I'm gonna look towards Drago to see if anything's wrong with you guys. I mean, like, did they force you into talking yet?
No, we have an oath.
I didn't talk to you. I'm blocking the door so they can't. So I'm just like,
I'm gonna pull out the shirt with the blood on it. I'm gonna be like, we've made an agreement.
agreement about what?
I have loaned him a piece of the stone to study it for me.
What stone? So I have visual representation of it.
And he pulls out the shard, like this big. And you can see that in the shard,
know
it's
it's
kind of
the
like
shard of-
swirling.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you would have saw me pick it up whenever we were.
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make sure it's like.
Yeah.
And you can see it's like almost like a glitterly glow or like moving inside of it. It's just a little finite. It's like a little fine like piece of shard that looks like it belongs to a bigger piece.
And you're just gonna lend it to them. Because like, I'm just gonna kind of like pat my book. Like I thought they were really important.
No,
But I guess not. Yeah, I didn't talk to you still. I'm talking to my client here, as I'm still making sure they can't leave yet. But
And then I'm gonna just hold the book or the.
And he looks
book
over and
up
he looks
be like,
over at
there was collateral
Jables
for
and he
it.
says,
Okay.
"We're sorry for your friend's hostility. We know nothing of necromancy at this point. So, unfortunately, sometimes when we're pressured, when we're lawfully bound by difference of natures, we wouldn't harm anyone. We're not meant to be evil."
It's just kind of interesting. And I'm just gonna like shoulder check them as I walk through the door.
Okay. And then the one Dragonborn says, "We do know of necromancy. Yes, we have knowledge of it.
Is it in these libraries?
Most of them are." And this is like during the conversations that you're having, like he's kind of like doing that side whisper to Jables.
And just above table, Jables wasn't saying I wasn't in the boat for very long. Like, as a fact, he was underneath. So he literally just doesn't know. Like, he's trying to convince himself that it hasn't been that long.
So go ahead if you want to carry that.
I just like I said, I shoulder checked them to go inside. And do I notice that you're done talking?
Yeah.
Like, okay, so it doesn't look like you have anything else to say. I'm gonna
Basically just like staring at the floor.
I can tell that everything's done, and I'm gonna shove him out the door and shut the door.
Well, as you're doing that, he's kind of stops. He goes, "We didn't mean any harm. We're not trying to trick anyone."
Yeah, but next time, it'd be nice to wait. Yeah, shut the door on him.
Okay.
What trash? Good thing it's taken out. I'm gonna say it out loud no, because I know they're still right behind the door.
It's like,
I'm sorry that I guess they forced you into talking. I don't know if they say that they didn't do any harm. I don't know if that's true. You can go ahead and tell me the truth since they're not here. They didn't do anything. They didn't force you to give them the stone, did they?
They didn't do anything.
Okay. Because, business is always important. And as we talked about earlier, that stone is what you described earlier as a very important asset. And you just gave it away for a book? Interesting.
I don't really comment on it, but you can tell that the book definitely means something to me.
That's what I meant by interesting. I was like, okay. Hopefully it was worth it. I will say that. But other than that, I gotta leave the city. So that's interesting. That's what I was doing. I was taking the city in while I was traveling. Sorry for being late. Because I'm probably gonna be gone for a bit. But you guys can come with me if you want. I gotta take that dumb bunny. Forgot his name. Magnum. Yeah. He's also not crazy. Little fun fact, guys.
I'm just gonna walk over to a bed and kind of sit down and just I'm examining the book by pretty much just staring at it.
So, Jables, how was the tavern?
I'm just gonna like bend over and just start dry heaving because it's all starting to come up to me that I was on that ship for God knows how long.
This is an interesting time. So you were on a ship for a long time?
Apparently,
Is that why you're you?
that
Just
is a
reverse.
long story.
Okay. Well, I'm
It's
glad
not
that-
that
It's
long.
like I'm dealing with space magic. I'm dealing with death magic.
Yeah, it's a lot coming in right now because I know that he's not from this timeline, right? And I know that he's dead, and then now I know that he was stuck on a ship somehow, and okay, and now I gotta leave the city with a bunny. Of all things happening to me right now, this is not the picture. Retirement does sound good.
I'll just tell you one thing about the ship. The name Blackbeard came up earlier.
Yeah.
I'm starting to think that might not just be a man, but it might be a title held by generations.
Yeah, because there was I think he's technically a smuggler. If I think about that correctly. But he might not be. He might just be, like you said, just somebody on a ship.
It's the title.
Perhaps we should meet this Blackbeard sometime. I don't know if that'd be weird for you, because ships might be a little awkward. You've been on it for a long time. I have not.
Let's just say I got my sea legs.
You're gonna have to give me some tips on that. Drago, do you need a drink? I say it loud enough because I know that you're spacing out with that book.
Nope, I'm fine. And then I'm gonna lay down and turn my back to everyone while cradling this book.
That book was really important, Jables. I guess.
It was. I want to put my illusion back on and just look at my fake eyes.
Do you need a drink?
I need 4.
As he's dry heaving.
Well, I guess let's go look and see if there's any stockpile that we have here. I know I have a couple, with me, but let's just see if there's anything in there and just relax. There's a lot going on.
As you guys are looking for stuff, go ahead and roll an investigation check.
I'm gonna bump into a secret cabinet or something like that.
6.
13.
13. Jables, as you were kind of looking around, you're finding empty glasses, empty stuff. As you're looking around, you find a book, and it says unlimited power.
Unlimited power.
Open it.
Okay.
It says power, so it's enough to grab my attention.
And it has on the front of it, it has a shipwreck, and it says written by captain, and the rest of it's kind of really hard to read.
Huh. Jables.
Yeah.
This isn't a drink, but does this look familiar? Because I feel like it's an older book with it being smeared out. And you said you were on a boat very long. I mean, does this ship look anything familiar to you?
Oh, this book, I think it's a children's tale. It's a book about a misfit band of adventurers crashing on an island and going into a temple where
you
this
read that,
lightning wizard,
Lily scrolling through, I'm like,
a lightning wizard just one-shots 7 people.
huh.
And at the end, a giant whale happened.
Yeah,
Like,
the end's kind of messy, but apparently it's the guy that was in there wrote the book, self-inserts, that type of thing.
Oh. So is he the main character here?
I guess so.
Yeah, okay, cool. That's interesting.
Actually, I think there's a... No. He reminds me of the rabbit. This guy named Oz. He's some type of tinkerer.
I wonder if he's... No, you said it's been a long time, right? It's a tale, right?
Yeah, this is a children's tale from back in the day.
Well, then with it being back in the day for you, it might be way past time. Okay, yeah, this is definitely time for a drink because I just learned there's a new kid's tale about killing people. So that's interesting what these kids are reading nowadays. And I said, take that. I'm going to take a huge swig out of my bottle.
And you can find that tale a couple episodes back on the Roll Initiative YouTube page.
Under the one shot column.
Shameless plug. And then I want to hand it to you. The bottle that I have in my hand. Meaning.
I'm going to start drinking it heavily.
Okay.
As you're just drinking it heavily, and then what would you?
I wanna zone out, like
Okay.
almost like I'm in a meditative state. I want to zone out. So like, I will, I don't know if there's anything gonna be left after he just heavily drinks it, but if there is, I don't know if he'll pass it back, but like I'll just take one kind of thing, and you could probably finish it off with another big huge drink. I get like 2 baby sips, and he has the whole bottle. I pull another one. Like, here you go.
As you're drinking, you hear a Jables. And at this time, it's like all in your head. And it's the very familiar voice of someone that you were with at one point during the time of that ancient forest.
I just want to whisper, Master.
Jables.
You will come back.
In due time. But first, we need the crown.
The crown for you. The pick for me.
Find the Death King. Death King. And we're going to end it right there. Well, thank you guys so much for listening to tonight's episode. Wow, there's been so many tie-ins, so many untie-ins, so many loose ends. It's like we got a manifest to look for. We have a caravan, a shipment to look for. We have a possible journey to a new city. We learned about some things with Drago. We learned some things about Jables. I think based on tonight, time and the events are already recorded. So what does that mean to the Guardians of Arcana? And what does that mean to our friend Jables? With a mysterious voice in his head, find the crown, the Death King. Is that linked to necromancy? I don't know. We'll find out on the next episode of Roll Initiative. Peace.